Alright guys, I think we're back. Hopefully we're back. Hopefully everything is working. Let me click on my channel and make sure that's a thing. It's live and live and recording. Okay. So looking like things are working now. We might be coming back into a bad situation here. But OBS tonight has been a pain in my butt. And I went ahead and re-rolled it back to an earlier version. I'm not quite sure if it was the same version as I used to have, but I'm hoping that it is. We'll see. I am okay. So I am good. I am back. Let's go ahead and make another pet for the umpteenth time tonight. we gotta do better. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, it's recording, it's streaming. Oh man, I do apologize. We have a really good friend here, Curly, who is helping us out. He's kind of do some buffage to our pet by giving them some weapons and just kind of maintaining the fact that if we die, there we go. Lesser Mummy just in time to. Let me put back on my Numb the Dead spell. Yeah, really, really nice safety net for sure. Because, if I had taken just a little bit longer in that absence right there, I would have come back to that mob plus, a couple other ones. So let's go ahead and get up our Dark Pact. And we'll get up our inventory here, which is really kind of embarrassing because I just had somebody host me a minute ago, and then my thing crashes. So this is one of the main reasons why I absolutely hate upgrading or updating programs. Jarker is a good pet. Yeah, I think he's a good pet. He's even, so the other one was a little less than. He's blue. But yeah, this is one of the reasons why I always wait. I wait until I absolutely have to. And I had waited for about 8 months since I updated last. And, like I said, some of the programs weren't working anymore, and it turns out it was something completely different, but I didn't know that at the time. So I'm paying for it now. And you guys are paying for it too, because, I'm sure it's not enjoyable for you guys to have to keep refreshing and waiting for the stream to restart and everything else because OBS is having some issues. But I think I got it sorted. I went back to a program or version of it about a year ago, and like I said, I think it was about 6 to 8 months since the last time I updated. So I think this is a good one. I think this is a keeper, but only time will tell. So I got a decent amount of mana, so let's go back. Our rooms are still broken, so I think we have one more to spawn here. Man, it's really slowed us down. We probably could have cleared this entire area 3 or 4 times if that stuff hadn't been going on. So yeah, we have one more that's going to spawn here, and then we're going to be able to go into that room and start clearing the stuff out. In fact, I think I'm going to... there it is right there. There's the Greater Skeleton. Who cons what? Cons blue. Okay, so we're gonna do some damage to this guy. Get some life leech going on. I don't think we're gonna do 60 or 51%. I think my pet is already wrecking its face, and I really don't have a lot of mana to waste. So we're gonna do slightly less than we should, which means we have to split the experience with my pet. With the OBS issue, my solo rogue has almost gotten as much experience as your neck. Yeah, I tell you, man, this thing is killing me tonight. I've never had any issues with OBS doing this kind of thing until I upgraded or updated, I should say. I keep saying upgraded, but it's just an update. I hate updates. Hate updates. The last time I updated my video card, I had a good 8 months of trouble. Like games that used to work fine stopped working, and games that never worked before actually crashed on me. It was a nightmare scenario. So I think I'm about like a year and a half behind on my update on my graphics card now, which suits me perfect. So we have a little bit of time until that next mob spawns. So I'm going to come in here and see if maybe we can clear this area out. Got a green one here. So we have a Necro there and a Necro on the other side. So we're going to get both of those Necros if we decide to take those out. Yeah, I think we'll wait. No, you know what? We're going to wait right here because this guy is going to respawn first. This is the guy that we took out. We're kind of silly and we attacked him at the same time that other room was spawning. So what we'll do is we'll kill this guy by himself. And that will let me re-break that other room, kind of spread out those spawns so we don't get both of them at the same time. And then we can start a rotation around here again. And it may only be one. It may only be one rotation. We may get that guy to finally spawn for us, get the key, and move down to the 3rd floor. But until that happens, I could have taken Lockjaw if it was not for those meddling kids. Yeah. And having no offensive spells up, I did get a res and join a lower level group, so all is good. Oh, nice. You know, Oasis is perfect. If you play off hours, you know, you live in Europe or Australia or Japan or something, and you're playing off hours, Oasis seems like there is always at least a handful of people in the zone. Mistmore is usually pretty good too, but the problem with Mistmore is it gets down to about 6 people, and you usually have 4 or 5 people grouping together, and the 6th person is soloing, and you're probably not within the range of the level of the people who are grouping together, which is always kind of my situation when I go in there. They're usually high 30s, and they're pretty far into the castle, and I'm in my low 20s, or you know, almost to my level 30s, and I'm not even close to being able to group with those guys. So you know, again, the zone's kind of dead. Otherwise, if you go in there during prime time, oh my god, good luck. You're gonna be sitting there for a while trying to get on the list. And Unrest, I don't know. I've been told 2 different types. I've been at sometimes in the year it seems like that's a great spot for people to power level other people, and it kind of kills off groups because there's, you know, high levels in there killing everything. Other times it seems like it is packed full of low levels going in there and getting experience. So I think it comes down to when players decide to remake characters, and I don't have those stats. It would be something interesting to kind of pick Sirkin's brain about and see if maybe they keep track of that. Like how often or what months do people make new characters more often than not? That way, if you were thinking about maybe making a rogue or a necromancer or somebody else that you want to group with, you kind of have a good idea of, you know, October or, you know, December. December would probably be a pretty good one. A lot of people have time off during the holidays. I wish it worked that way for me. I got a large family, so anytime, I'm going to leave my pet here and I'm going to go check that other room real quick just to make sure. But I think there was a little bit of dead time in between. Yeah, it's still down. Yeah, for me during the holidays, it never really quite works out. I know Everquest 2 had some amazing Christmas events, and I miss them every year just because of family events. Not much you can do about it. You can't ask them to go beyond Christmas time just because you want them. Well, I guess you can ask, but they're not going to do it. Yeah, I was 3 levels higher than anyone else, so I offered to give my spot to someone. That was the LFG, no sense in being a doorstop. See, that's nice. I do see some of that not happening over in Highkeep, because the money from the ears are too good and the experience is just too good to pass up. So I see a lot of the time people who are like level 32, level 33, still in that zone, while level 22s and level 23s can't get in because of the level difference. When the creatures they're fighting at that level, okay, so they're both up. I might actually get aggro right there. Let me sit these guys down. But yeah, why the creatures they're fighting are blue to level 23s and completely green to like a level 35. So it's nice to see somebody willing to give up their spot. It sucks for you because, I mean, that's experience you could have been making, but it's definitely a really, really nice kind of gesture that you just made right there. And I'm sure somebody out there really appreciates it. Let me back this guy up. So break this. I believe the next couple mobs after this spawn really quickly, and then once they're dead, we're gonna have a good like 5 to 7 to 8 minutes where nothing spawns, and we can clear out this entire thing right here. Maybe get another bubble of experience. Yeah, because we just got about half a bubble doing that. This little rotation. So let's give it a second. I want to kind of space these out, so we'll met up. Get ready. Now, this is something I got kind of familiar with on my Shadow Knight, is just spacing things out. Because the group, I mean, by the time you get it back to the group, they wreck it, man. Like, if you got a full group in Seb and you're pulling on a Shadow Knight, they will kill that mob within, like, 5 seconds of you bringing it back to the room. Sometimes a little bit longer if it's, like, a really tough mob, because it does have a variance. That's the one thing as a Shadow, or not a Shadow Knight, as a Necro might throw me through a loop if I find a really good camp, is some places have a really large variance of mobs that can spawn in any one of those spots. It can be up to, you know, like 5 levels difference. And 5 levels doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're on the low end of that 5 levels, if you're level 30 and it spawns a level 35, that is a pretty big difference, and yeah, you might end up dying pretty easily. What's up, AC 450 in the morning, just waking up for work. Nice to see you streaming. Thanks, man. If you had logged on just a few minutes earlier, you would have seen all the issues I've been having with OBS. Again, hopefully we got those worked out. But yeah, things are working now, and I'm happy with it. We've been streaming for a while. I got level 16 tonight on my my Necro, so we got our new level spells. I got a new pet. I got a couple of dots. One is a single version dot. The other one is a area effect dot. So I'm not really sure when and if that spell will ever be useful to me, but for now, I'm kind of digging the new pet. The new pet is a beast. I don't have to worry how low he is. Come on. Oh, so he's blue, so we need to dot that guy. I'm gonna bring him into this room too. Yeah, so you're gonna come after me. Let's go with Heat Blood. And we're also going to do Leech. And I'm going to let my pet kill the other guy's pet. What did he get me with? Disease Clad. Okay, I can deal with Disease Clad. Every time I try to thank the cleric for the res, he changed characters. Thanks you if you were seeing this. Yeah, clerics can be like that sometimes. It's really nice to find a good one. Somebody who doesn't mind rezzing people, and because you can make so much money doing that kind of stuff. So some of them get a little greedy at times. Okay, so everybody is up again, and last time I tried this room, they resisted me. They resisted me, and I got all 3. So I am going to med up to full before we try this to break this area again. And hopefully this time we can kind of space it out. Yeah, you know, I mean, if it's any kind of weather like it is over here, it is storming hard. And the window wipers on my car, I don't know how many of you guys have Hondas out there. The Hondas have amazing ACs. Absolutely amazing. It can be burning hot like an oven inside your car. And you turn that car on, and within like 2 minutes, it's an ice box. So it's amazing AC, great for Texas. They have the worst window wipers. Absolutely the worst window wipers. They never seem to touch the window completely, so it's kind of, well, you just don't see very well with them. So I hate driving in the rain, but I love the rain. So it's a mixed feeling. Like, I want rain to fall down every day, all day, but I kind of don't want to be driving in it. So if you got to be driving to work like that, I definitely feel you. And being this early in the morning, probably not your favorite thing to do. Plus, it's work. And I'm lucky that half of my work gets to be making YouTube videos, and the other half of the work is not enjoyable. But that's me going out and doing an actual job. Hopefully, one day this could be my job. That would be amazing. To be, you know, like, who gets to play video games for a living? That's when I was a kid, that was unheard of. That was something that was not even close to being Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop was a great series. I didn't like the way it ended, though. I didn't. I think they made a movie about it too, but I didn't like the TV show ending the way it did, and I was hoping that it would go longer. Right? I was hoping that they would get a few more seasons out of it. All right, let's give this a shot. So we got one. This is the guy who failed on us last time, so hopefully we will get him. Okay, so we got him. Okay, of course he has to stun me, so let's back this sucker up. Alright, so we got one. We got one. Yeah, but I've been watching a lot of anime lately. I love anime. I love anything with in-depth stories, and it seems like the Japanese definitely go above and beyond to create stories that have heartfelt characters and make you care about where things are going, and have twists that you don't really see coming. Studio Ghibli is by far one of my favorite companies that make things, like Kiki's Delivery Service, Podorosko, and they did that one with the wolf. I can't think of that one. Princess Monica, I think is what they're called. Let's see. Bone chips. Let's bed up a little. It is what it is. The OST is amazing for all time. Original soundtrack. He isn't bad today, nor Rain. It's just the job. But well, Friday are only my nights, so the job gets better. Okay, that's good. If you like One Punch Man, watch Boku and No Academy. Just found it. I found one on Funimation. Is a website I had never even known existed. I'm not advertising it because I'm getting paid or anything like that. It's completely a website that I just happened to stumble across. I was looking for SRTs, subtitles, for an animation that I had a copy of. And it was about little girls. I hate to say it like that because, you know, it's Japanese, but it was about like junior high girls that had gotten, the world that they lived in Japan had kind of sunk a little bit, so they all kind of lived on ships, and they doing their rotation on like battleships. And when they're out there on their first patrol, they get attacked. Apparently, there's like a new virus that is causing people to go haywire and start, you know, being aggressive towards other people. The series was really, really good. I mean, they had strategy in the ship battles, the storyline, the acting. I mean, if you could get away from the fact that it was teenager girls that were doing everything and put the adults in those positions, like, it would have made perfect sense and been a fantastic show. Even with that, it was still a fantastic show, so I'm not putting it down even remotely, but it's kind of weird, their fascination. I did see that it was in Texas. I saw that. I was like, that's kind of cool. I mean, can you imagine a job like that where you get to go in? Because what they do on Funimation, apparently, is they redub voices for the English version. And that's how they make money, is they get permission to redub those voices. That would be a cool job. I can't do voices very well, but that would have been an amazing job to get. Kind of like the Robin Williams thing where he comes in, he does that thing in Mrs. Doubtfire. This guy just does not want to spawn, does he? Yeah, I have seen One Punch Man on Netflix, and it's on my watch list. I haven't had a chance to actually watch that one yet. One Punch Man, and there's another one that I have on that watch list too. What is the name of it? To look. Sherlock. Now, are you talking about the old Sherlock with Razzle Backbone, or are you talking about like the newfangled Sherlock that like my brother tried to get me into? I couldn't get into it because it seemed very, very drama oriented. I'm when it comes to mysteries, I absolutely love them. Nero Wolf was one of my favorite shows as a mystery goes, and I love the fact that he's like into food. I don't know what it is about that, but I love the fact that he was into food and he wasn't afraid to kind of show it. But you know, one of the things about that is everything that he does in the old Sherlock Holmes or the Nero Wolf series, everything that happens, if you're paying attention, you can figure it out. In some of the newer ones, no matter how good you think you are, I hate it when they come in and they're like, "Oh, it's the butler that we never talked about, that nobody ever saw, and there's no way you could have ever known that it was him." But because I'm Sherlock, I got it. Like that sucks. I want to be able to be like, "Yeah, I missed that one, but oh, you know, stars above kind of thing," or oh, "I got that one. I noticed that little hint. I'm actually catching on to the way the writers are writing the script, and I'm seeing the little details in more light than I ever did before." So that's when it really gets me. That's when I really kind of get hooked on a series. New Sherlock, but it's a show I watch while I'm getting ready for it. So you're not really paying too close attention to it, I guess, because you know you don't have your attention is kind of divided on that one. Let's send my pet in. He's gonna get wrecked, but we're gonna do some dots here. Wow, I guess we don't really need to do dots. He's kicking the crap out of that thing. So it was blue, but just not very high blue. They are definitely draining my mana. It's probably all the dots they put on me. Alright, that's gonna be all you, pet. But we got it broken, so as long as we can keep it that way from now on. I used to enjoy the mid-'80s adventures of Sherlock Holmes and Jeremy Brett. I'd love to watch it again. Razzle Batbone. If you like the '80 one, you might like Razzle Batbone. It goes a little further back. That's the 1940s. Black and white. There's a few color ones in there. They did kind of go back and remaster some of those. Storyline is good. Of course, you know, World War II's going on. They have Germany is their enemy, and he's still dealing with Moriarty in a lot of his episodes, but so good. And they have them out on DVD too. Another good mystery one, if you like the older versions of those kind of things, would be the Hawaiian guy. Oh my god, why can't I think of his name now? It's actually a white guy who plays him, but he plays a detective, and he takes his family all over the place, and they're Chinese, but they live in Hawaii. Holy crap! I love the series too. The movies that they have, and they have like 14 of them. This is gonna drive me crazy. Something goes to Egypt. Something goes to the Olympics. Why can't I think of these names? I'm gonna have to do a search for it now. Chinese detective. Ah, Charlie Chan. There we go, Charlie Chan. Great TV movies, basically, but absolutely amazing for detective stuff. I can't believe why my brain spaced on that. Now, they did remaster those in HD not too long ago. Some of them, you know how with some of these older movies, they never thought the longevity would last, or some of the companies went out of business, and the film canisters, whatever. So some of them are kind of rough condition. So if you're not into black and white, and you're definitely not into black and white with scars and pot marks and some sound audio issues, and maybe not for you, but unbelievable stories. I pay attention, but Watson and Sherlock are both from The Hobbit. So, which ones are they from The Hobbit? Are they? I'm trying to think of who they could be. Is it somebody in the main party? Is it the two guys that are always wanting to eat, or is it one of the main two guys that are trying to deliver the ring, that are having a love affair together? They should have just wrote it as they were like lovers, because they basically were in that one. Let's go with pet style on this one. Wow, I got both, so not what I wanted to do. Come on, kill that mob. I know you can do it. I'm being so messy here trying to keep these things broken. Was that Warner Orland? Yeah, Warner Orland did play Charlie Chan for a little bit. I think it was two different people. Two different people at one era, basically kind of like a James Bond thing. And when they switched him out, you can kind of see a little bit of a difference, but they kick on so much makeup, and the movies are in black and white, that you don't notice too big of a deal. But like, yeah, there's definitely two actors that play. Both of them are good. I remember him from the original Werewolf of London movie. Old movies, but good movies. Werewolf in London was fantastic. Any werewolf movie, period, I'm a big fan of. There was one Bushido Bull told me about not too long ago. I can't think of the name of it now, but it had werewolves in it that looked a little bit ghoulish. They had glowing eyes. They were a lot thinner, almost to the point of being undead, in their stomach regions. But their top part of them had just enough fur and werewolf-like-esque properties that I thought it still felt very werewolf, and maybe just a different type, maybe more... like you see dogs, some of them are really big, and other ones tend to be very, very mangy. So I thought these might have been like a mangy version of a werewolf. Not enough food, not enough healthy living, and yeah, but still creepy. So it was really good. It was on a train. The train had stopped, and they had to get off, and yeah, things started to go bad after that. Definitely a horror movie, blood everywhere. So after me and you talked, I tried again to play Friday the 13th. Okay, Friday the 13th with Nano and his boy, and got into the lobby. Heard so many people talking into mics, I just had to bail. Made my ears bleed. That could be it could be something they fix. Maybe make it where you can mute the mic easily, or I don't know. Like, is there a team build so that you can only hear people that are on your team, or friends list, so you can only hear people on your friends list? When I do videos on the computer, I know a lot of the time me and Cypher will use Skype, and we'll be playing like Day of Infamy. Day of Infamy has a voice chat built into it, but we always block it because, man, the people have some really harsh things to say, and a lot of the time it is really offensive. So, especially in a game about Nazis, it can get really rough. Ever saw